Good afternoon and welcome to the SHU Sports Report. I'm Allison Gaskins.
And I'm Gino Ganello. To start off today's show, we had quite a battle over on Park Avenue as men's soccer took on Siena over the weekend. Pioneers hope to end their to keep their win streak alive as they hosted Siena in what would be a tough-fought matchup. Sacred Heart opened the game up fast as sophomore Oscar Curras found sophomore Riley Sullivan in front of the goal for an easy tip-in. Sullivan's goal put SHU on the board in less than 6 minutes into the game. Siena would then push back as they tied up the game in the 26th minute. Despite 20 total shots in regulation, the Pioneers couldn't find the back of the net, pushing the game into overtime. In the second overtime period, Siena would put a goal past sophomore Robert Strain, ending the game and the Pioneers' win streak. Yesterday, the Pioneers looked to get back on track as they hosted the Iona Gales. Sean Hamilton has the details on that game. Sean?
I'm here at Park Avenue Field where the men's soccer team just wrapped up a game against the Iona Gales. We pick it up in the second half. No score. Iona goes on the attack, but Robert Strain makes save after save. Overall, he had 6 saves in the game as we head into overtime. 6 minutes into overtime with the game scoreless, Emir Salaj plays from middle to Oscar Curras, dribbles fire, and scores the game-winning goal bottom left for a second of the season as the Pioneers win OT 1-0. The Pioneers are back in action on Tuesday as they hit the road to face Army West Point. For the SHU Sports Report, I'm Sean Hamilton.
The women's volleyball team was back at the William H. Pitt Center as they hosted the 2017 SHU Hampton Inn by Hilton Shelton Invitational. The Pios hosted Lehigh, Brown, and Hartford for the Invitational on Friday and Saturday. Sacred Heart would fall in a 4-set loss to Lehigh on Friday night, but then would rally back on Saturday. They bounced back on day 2, defeating Brown 3-1 and shutting out Hartford in 3 straight. Pioneer serves were on point this tournament, with 24 of their overall points attributable strictly to service aces. They handed out 8 of those aces to Lehigh, 5 at the hand of redshirt sophomore Liesl Nellis, 6 to Brown, and 10 more to Hartford, with 3 of those going to junior Megan Mondin. Also, a big congratulations goes out to Nellis and freshman Maddie Pope, who earned their spots on the all-tournament team. Pope recorded 41 digs and 10 assists throughout the tournament, while Nellis registered 38 kills and hit for 245 over the weekend. Another standout was redshirt senior Kiki Robinson, who totaled 32 assists versus Hartford, and then 41 of the team's 50 assists in the win over Brown. The Pioneers took second place at the Invitational and will look to extend their win streak to 3 tomorrow night at 6 p.m. as they open up their regular season conference play at home against Fairleigh Dickinson, who is currently sitting at 3-11 on the season. So let's pack the pit and cheer on our women's volleyball team. And tomorrow night's game will be aired on necfrontrow.com for those of you who are unable to make it over to the Pitt Center.
And for more on the women's volleyball team, we have Adam with their head coach for this week's Coach's Corner. Adam?
Thanks, Gino. I'm here with Coach Robert Machen. Coach, thanks for coming down and being with us today.
Absolutely.
The team won 2 out of 3 matches this weekend in the SHU Hampton Inn Volleyball Invitational this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
How important was it to play at home this weekend and with conference play on the horizon?
It was nice to be home again. We've been on the road for 3 straight weeks, had a very good run actually on the road too. Played some very tough matches, won a few close ones, lost a couple close ones, but it was really nice to get back home. The crowd's enthusiasm really helped us out a lot, and it was good to get a couple of wins. Nice.
With graduation of a stellar 2017 class, the team had strong contributions from the underclassmen, especially Maddie Pope, Rihanna McNamee, Julia Morowski. How important was it for them and the new other faces to contribute to the rotation in a big way?
We have a very strong young group, and they got a chance to learn from those upperclassmen last year, just that competitive fire every night. And they're really stepping up, and I really see big things in the future for this group. We're a very physical team and also very talented, so the future looks very bright for the program right now.
Nice. How is NEC play is set to start Friday night as you host FDU at the Pitt Center as a preseason number 2 pick? Is there pressure to keep up the recent success your team has had over the past couple seasons? Our
goal really this year is to be the best that this group of athletes can be, and we think that's pretty good, so we're excited about what we can accomplish. But the NEC is very strong this year. It's getting better every year in our sport. which actually makes it a lot more fun. It makes those road trips a lot of fun when you get to go out and play some very strong teams. So we're excited about it, but we don't feel any added pressure with that. I really think that we are a young group. We have some very good senior leadership, though, with our setter, Kiki Robinson, obviously, Lila Palmer. But this group knows that the future is very bright, and there's not much pressure along those lines.
Good, good. Well, Coach, we want to thank you for coming down and give us some insight into the conference play for the team. We also want to wish you a good luck with the rest of your season and the team season.
I appreciate that.
Now let's send it over to Alex Padalino with the Update Corner. Alex?
Thanks, Adam. To start off this week's Update Corner, we will jump right into the action on the hard courts with Sacred Heart Tennis. The Sacred Heart men's and women's tennis seasons got off to a promising start this past weekend at their respective invitationals under the direction of newly appointed men's and women's head coach William Beauregard. The men's team, which competed at the Yukon Invitational, put up hard-fought stat lines in both singles and doubles matches throughout the weekend. In the first round of singles action, junior Derek Chapman defeated his opponent from Merrimack College with back-to-back 6-0 shutout victories. The doubles team of sophomore CJ Hakasawa and Christopher Sauce defeated Holy Cross's duo, reaching the quarterfinals of Doubles Flight B tournament with a 6-2 win. Next up for the men's team is a two-day event at the Army Mock Duels on Saturday, October 7th. Volleying over to women's tennis, the Pioneers participated in the Quinnipiac Invitational over the weekend. Sophomore Adrienne Alfonso was the single standout for the team as she fought off 5 consecutive match points, going on to win a grueling battle, 7-5, 4-6, 16-14. Freshmen Lauren Santirozirio and Laura Carive defeated Providence College in a doubles match, reaching the quarterfinals of the D doubles draw, where they would go on to lose to eventual champions UConn, nonetheless proving that they are staples of SHU tennis for years to come. The women's tennis team will be back in action at the Army Invitational September 22nd. Not a bad way to start off your coaching career, as both teams rose to the occasion for the debut of Beauregard. Be on the lookout for a future rugby match between Sacred Heart and LIU Post after the game was postponed on Sunday. A makeup date has not yet been announced. Until then, the team will prepare for their game against Bowdoin on Saturday, September 23rd. That's all we have for this week's Update Corner. Now we will send it back to Gino and Allison at the desk.
Thanks, Alex. Allison, Sacred Heart football is in the middle of their 3-game road trip, and they hopped on a ferry this weekend to take on Stony Brook. The Pioneers went to Stony Brook looking to continue their 8-game non-conference winning streak dating back to October 17th, 2015. The Seawolves snapped that win streak last Saturday while giving SHU their first loss of the season. Some good came from the loss, though, as senior Osi Imioparia tied his season high for touchdowns with the lone Pioneer scorer of the game, making his total 4 in the season. Senior Kevin Barry led the Pios with 10 tackles and tied a career high with 3 tackles for a loss. The Pioneers look to end their 3-game road trip with a victory as they travel to Bucknell this Saturday with a 6 p.m. kickoff.
And that's all the SHU sports action we have for you this week.
Be sure to tune in next week for more Sacred Heart stats, highlights, and more. For all of us here at the SHU Sports Report, I'm Gino Ganello.
And I'm Allison Gaskins. Thanks for watching.